Welcome back to Dow Twang. I'm Dave. So, it's Monday, and I'm still working on the one for the weekend from last week, getting this out today. And as you can see, I have got some pretty major swelling around my neck and jaw here, and I had a pretty serious oral surgery on Friday, so about 3 days ago. Everything went well, and I won't go into a lot of detail, but it was a big deal, and there's radical changes being made here, and things are going to be so much better in the long run. I'm actually really looking forward to not having a lot of the problems that I've had. So it's all good. But yeah, it put a hurting on me there for a couple of days, and I was, I my wife was like, yeah, I was kind of, no, I'm going to go ahead and, do some work and stuff. And every time I would turn this monitor on and see myself, I was like, okay, no, you know. So this morning I thought it was, it felt better. And if I'm mispronouncing some stuff or something for the next couple of weeks or so, that's why. But I did have a lot of time the last couple of days to just kind of, check out other stuff on YouTube and channels that I like to follow. And I noticed that several people had joined the Patreon site here in the last week or so. So thank you so much. I started reaching out to some people or kind of trying to see who was who there last night, but I didn't get too far with it, honestly. That I will be talking to you, and I look forward to hearing from you in the comments. And I hope you're already finding some stuff that's on the site that you can use, and that's helpful for you. I just really, really appreciate the support. So the other thing I did was I just did some backing track ideas and just some lesson planning and stuff. While I couldn't really produce any videos. So one of the things I came up with was this, and I really like this sound. It's very familiar. You'll recognize it right away, the one from the intro. I'll have 5 or 6 minutes of this for you as an attachment too. And this is just going to be a laid-back lesson. I'm just going to give you some ideas for playing over this kind of pretty classic rock sounding progression. I had a capo on the 2nd fret of the telly here when I did this. So it's kind of like a bell-bottom blues type thing where you walk down. So if the capo was here, it'd be like the C. Okay, well, let's just jump right in here. Now, what I did in that intro, and we'll use this as an example, right, to just kind of get going, is I just did some really simple lines. Okay. I'm going to be using my guitar to talk a little bit more than my voice today, right? Maybe I'll give you a break, like kind of some of the rambling on or whatever. Not going to be as much of that, right? Kind of the silver lining of this thing, right? So a couple of things. I think a game plan for this is major scale So we're just walking right down. Now again, imagine that capo right here, and we're going. Right. So we're walking from the tonic D. We're in D, D major. I don't know if I mentioned that yet. You probably kind of figured that out. So you got that C-shaped business, but it's, capoed up to. You don't need to do that to play the soloing and stuff. I'm going right down that. And that's that same line as the root of the D, the major third of the A in this case. Or, yes, exactly. Okay, take a minute to, if that seems weird to you, when you walk it down like this, it's actually, with the capo there, it's actually an A. It's like a G shape of A. Okay, so the progressions, if you played it in bar chords, would be. Okay, that's it. A couple times around like that. So right down the line. And then that's for the walk down the D to the A, D A B minor. Sorry, right. That's the root of the B minor. So root of the D, third of the A, root of the B minor. Then G. Okay, that's the root of the G. Then just to pass that F sharp, and then that's out of the D major scale as well. Then to the E, which is the fifth of that final A. Okay, so the reason I'm spending time on this line is that pretty much everything I played was built around embellishments and kind of further exploring the melodic things that were available around that line. Okay, so when you put your track on now, right away, if you just go with that, find yourself a nice couple of lines like that, and then we'll work on embellishing it, right? This is just one approach to it, but you could start, in different parts of that D scale, or say we started on a chord tone other than the root for the D, like the third, the major third. Let's see what happens if we start there and kind of walk down in scale tones. You can almost hear it already, but let's audition it. I didn't do this in the intro, but this is the idea, right? Okay. Now I'm really emphasizing, that theme, right? That melodic theme for you. And it might be something else for you. Your ear might be drawn in a different way to this progression. But the way that you're going to explore that and find the foundational parts of your melody are by using that D major scale and keeping it really tight. Use things that are right in a line and see if you can find places where three consecutive notes, up or down, will sort of, you know, fit right into the progression. And they're there. There's more than just the ones that I just showed you, but those are really good ones. And those are the ones you can really depend on. One time I started on the root D and walked down with the cadence of the chord changes. The next time we started on the major third of the D and did the same method and came up with nice melodies. And then you can just kind of branch out from there. All right, so now we can start really having some fun here. Hopefully you've worked out some melody lines or using the ones that I kind of got us jump started on, or you found some other ones. And for that kind of work, go down to the backing track, get that thing set up, off to the side as you're working through a lesson like this, and do each step of it. Follow through with it. It's not just an idea. It's like you got to get in there and really, do the work and find the stuff. Okay. Now, if you've got kind of a routine with some simple lines like that you're grooving on melodically, when I said embellishments earlier, that's going to come more from like the blues scale and the pentatonic stuff when you have sort of a reduced number of notes in the melody, or at least on the instrument that you're identifying, but you've got like infinitely more notes when you put in the bends and all of the hammers and all of the different nuances of it. And this is easier to do by demonstration than it is by description. But check it out. Here's what I mean. I think you'll see the connection. See, I'm still okay. I won't go too long there, but I wanted to put in several things that to follow up with here. And one of them is just this kind of blues note idea that looks like you're in a minor pentatonic blues scale, but it's actually D major, sorry, in this instance, right? But that little move right there is still in play, and that's so important. Listen to how much can be done just by kind of, hitting that when you go past it here and there. Sometimes in just kind of pushing it up there as a grace note, sometimes up and back. All right. Then the bends, whether they're slow or whether they're kind of, snappier bends. all just right there in that. So that's where when those two worlds, where they meet, that major scale and that kind of chord tone, specific use of the seven note scale, and then that legato, the bending, the blues scale. How you put that together, that's where your style comes from, really, for this kind of music, right? And just be really patient and methodical about it. It's not like, you know, trying to memorize a bunch of licks and then plug them into a bunch of different songs later and stuff. I mean, that's an ambitious plan, and that works to some degree, but you ever notice how that doesn't really work out the way that we want it to? That's our plan a lot of times, right? I'm just going to learn all these licks. I'm going to plug them in right where they go with all the theory. It's a process, man. Be gentle with yourself. Take your time. Put that track on and get in there and work and move it around slow, right? The slow hand, right? It'll take you far. Later on, you can apply the same process to up tempo stuff and things, whatever. This is a good chance to really get in there and do the work on your sense of being with the chords and being in the song, and still using some of your moves that you're used to with your blues licks and stuff. Let me know how this goes. I made it through this today. It's been a rough one, man. I look forward to getting this all healed up and just keep on rocking. Appreciate you. I'll see you next week.